valued viewer, and welcome to our Odoo Finance Club. We are Odoo accounting experts, and we are here to showcase to you how Odoo Finance can help your business and your accountants move to the next level and stop doing things the old way. So, as you can see, the Odoo website here, you can see we have the finance application, we have the sales, websites, inventory and MRP, human resources, marketing, services, and productivity. So this is quite a number of applications that we have with the Odoo ERP, but our concentration today lies around finance applications. So under the finance applications, we have the accounting, we have the invoicing, we have the expenses, spreadsheet BI for business intelligence tool, whereby you are able to do your analysis inside Odoo using the powered BI spreadsheet. On top of that, you're able to manage your documents and do the sign application straight from Odoo rather than doing using another software. So I'm going to jump straight into the Odoo accounting and see what it has to offer. So when you open the Odoo accounting application right there, you can see it's clearly stating for you that accountants waste so much time working the old way. So with Odoo's valued proposition, accountants are now able to do things more efficiently, more effectively, and save a ton of time in doing their tasks so that the management at the end of the day can get their reports in time. So I'm going to jump straight into the Odoo accounting and you see how it looks like. So before I jump in there, as you are on the main Odoo accounting, in the Odoo website, you'll be able to add the applications you need. And these are some of the applications that we've added in this test database. Please note that this company listed here is not a real company, it's just a demo company. So as you can see here, we have the accounting applications and be able to open that for you. So here is where you can see what we have under accounting. So first we have the dashboard, then you have the customers portal. Here you can be able to do several tasks under the customers, from invoicing, doing credit notes, having amounts to settle, the payments, all that. You also see the vendors. You also have the accounting itself, the reporting is here, the management needs to see their reports, and of course you have the configuration. So before you start using Odoo accounting, of course, you have to do some configuration. So under configuration here, the one thing I need to show you is the chart of accounts. So the chart of accounts is the backbone of any accounting system. So I'll click on the chart of accounts. So Odoo has been able to do a lot of customization and localization, for most countries. And I believe with time, most of the countries will have their chart of accounts and their accounting modules localized. So here in Kenya, we are lucky because we have an office right here in Nairobi, Kenya, and they have been able to do that. So the chart of accounts has been categorized under several categories here from 0 to number 9. So if you expand 0 here, you'll see the accounts falling under that, which is the fixed assets, the non-current assets. And then number 1 there, you'll be able to see your stock, your debtors control accounts, all that. And then you'll also see number 11 there is categorization of the current assets, the receivables, whatever you need to put. Number 12, you see all the banks, the current assets. And then all the way you go down like that, and you see all the categorization. So it has been done so well in such a case that you can just adopt it as it is and proceed with it as it is. So if you go, for example, to number 4, you'll see your sales. So say, for example, you want to change the code. Maybe this code, you want it to end with a 0, or you want to put a totally new number. You're able to edit that automatically from there. And then you can change your account name. Maybe you want to put an A at the end. You're able to do that. And then under type, you can change the type of account. And of course, you're able to do toggle there and put if you want to reconcile the account. So most of the accounts that are supposed to be reconciled are the accounts falling under the balance sheet, but you're not limited to that. And again, here you can change your currency. Maybe you want to use another currency for that specific account. You're able to do that. And of course, if you want to dig inside and see what is happening in the accounts, you can click view and you'll be able to see some of such parameters and you'll be able to change what you need to change. I need to show you something very interesting here. So on creation of a chart of account, which is very critical, you'll be able to see who created it. So Odoo comes with a very powerful audit trail whereby you'll be able to see who created what and what time. And as you can see there, you can have your beautiful picture put there right on your account when you're creating your user account. So that's on the chart of accounts. And then I'll be able to show you on the dashboard, accounting dashboard. So here we have the journals. So the journals here are things like the bank journal, the vendors is a journal, the customers invoices journal, the POS journal. So you can be able to create these journals under the following steps. So you come to configuration, then you go to journals. Let's say you want to create a new journal for a bank. You click on new, then maybe you write maybe Stanbic Bank, for example, Stanbic Bank, and then under the type here you choose bank. All right, then you click the save. It will automatically populate for you a chart of account as I've shown you on the other side relating to this bank. Then all these other accounts are default accounts. You don't need to do anything. You leave them as they are. And then you are able to also put an account. Maybe you want to put an account for your bank. You can do that. And then maybe here you want to say I want to have bank feeds. If you're able to map or integrate your bank, use the automated bank reconciliation synchronization, sorry, so that the bank feeds will automatically populate into your system. But if you're unable to do that, you can click the manual. It's also a pretty quick step whereby you'll be able to put your Excel bank statement on an Excel, upload it in Odoo very fast. I'll be able to show you that in our next lessons. So I go back to the dashboard, and you can see there I have my apps are there, equity, and the bank just created right now is here, Stanbic Bank. Assuming you want Stanbic Bank to be the first bank on your dashboard. So what do? You go to configuration, then you go to the journals, then you take the bank, you drag it up all the way up, and then when you go back to your dashboard, you'll be able to see your Stanbic Bank is the one that is starting up there. So that is on the chart of accounts, and of course on the journals. Another important thing to do here is when you're setting up your accounting module. So under the settings applications here, you're able to set a few things also. So here you see fiscal localization. So you've already localized to Kenya. So the moment you do the localization, so most of the data populates. For example, the VAT for Kenya is 16%. As I've indicated, you do have made it easier for us. They've already done the taxes and all that. All you need to do is to confirm that everything is working okay. So the first thing you check there is the fiscalization. The accounting imports, you can now maybe your chart of accounts, you can adopt them as they are, or you can create your own and you'll be able to put it in the system. You can even upload it. Then down here you have your taxes. So here you have your sales tax, the default 16% and the purchase of 16%. But on another lesson, I'll be able to show you how you can change that. Maybe you have as a rated item, you're able to change that straight when you're doing a transaction. On top of that, we have the tax return periodicity. So here is where you'll be able to define how often do you do your tax returns. So for VAT purposes, basically for us here is a monthly thing. And you can put a reminder that you need to close off the journal. So when you do a tax, when you purchase and sell, there is a creation of a tax journal which needs to be closed at the end of the month. So you can put a reminder after 7 days, it reminds you, or you can put your custom days there. Then you go down here to the rounding, you're able to do maybe the round off methodologies and not dwell on that so much. And then you have the tax, some of these items don't apply for our country. So the fiscal country here, of course, you choose Kenya. Then the currency here is very important. So the main currency here means your reporting currency, but it's not limited to that. So if you're buying things in dollars or invoicing in dollars, euros, the reporting currency will be Kenya shilling, but it will automatically convert, and that takes me to the next step. So here we have the automatic currency rates. So we have several service providers under Odoo. So we have all these. These are common one called xe.com. So you can use that one, and then you say the interval is daily. So on a daily basis, your your currency rates will be updated, and you'll automatically have your conversion, whereby you'll be able to calculate your exchange gain or loss. Then from there, we move to the customer invoices. So here you can check in these boxes, the download, the send email. You can do all that customization from that position. And then here again, important, you can check these boxes. If you want to print a sales receipt immediately, you can check that. And so much of that can have your default notes there, the terms and conditions, you're able to put all that. Then you come to customer payments, invoice, online payment. If you are receiving online payments, you'll be able to tick that. If you want to do batch payments, you also select that so that you can be able to do batch payments rather than doing single payments. Then again, on the vendors, you can tick the purchase receipt, whereby you'll be able to tick to print a receipt immediately. And then if you need to do checks, you'll be able to check that if you are allowed in your company to do the printing of checks. Then of course here we have digitization, a very important tool whereby you'll be able to digitize your documents. For example, you scan a bill, then it goes to Odoo. Odoo will automatically use the AI and pick the important details, maybe the date, the invoice number, the supplier, so that your work as an accountant is only to click a button, okay, that you confirm everything is fine. So you're able to choose maybe do not digitize, digitize on demand, or just digitize automatically. The same can happen for invoices. So do not digitize, digitize on demand, and digitize automatically. And then down here we have some default accounts. So for example, the journal for exchange difference. So the gain or loss depending on the day's exchange rate. If you're invoicing in dollars or euros, you'll be able to go to this journal called exchange difference. Now, where will the numbers go? So the gain will go to this account and the loss will go to that account. And then here again, we have the bank suspense. So every time you upload your bank statement, the money in will go to a suspense account of standing receipts and vice versa for payments. So all the transactions on the bank statement will go to an account X until a time when you'll be able to reconcile. And I'll be able to show you how to do a bank reconciliation in our next videos. So these are some of the default accounts. For example, the stock, you'll be able to have all these accounts by default and you can change them if you need to. But work has been made easy whereby you can just leave them as they are and all will be fine. If you're managing stock, this is your area. So the old way of doing a journal to push a number into maybe the cost of goods is gone. So Odoo comes with an automatic accounting. So if you select this and you have put your product categories in order, so automatically when you buy a product, it will go and sit in the stock account. And when you sell it, it automatically push the amount into a COGS account. Maybe an example is here, cost of sales one. And when you sell, automatically it goes to an income account. So that eliminates the issue of all the time passing a journal into the COGS, how much was came out of the stock. So that is very important. And of course, here we have the bank and cash. So here you can select the kind of statements you receive from your bank. For example, the most common one I'd say is the CSV and XLS. So you select this so that you're able to import. You can unselect the others if you need to, or you can just leave them as they are. There's no harm for that. And then we go to the fiscal periods. If your year starts in between, maybe your year starts in maybe January or February, you're able to add more fiscal years. But most of the time, most companies, the year end is December, but not all. So if you need to add more fiscal years, you'll be able to click this and you'll be able to click to create, sorry, another fiscal year so that you're able to account effectively. So I'll click the save button there so that it can auto populate for me. So I'll click the fiscal year there. And here now you are able to create a new fiscal year for your organization. So it's loading up. It's loading up. Yeah, so here we are. So you scroll down again, fiscal year. Here you are. So you can create a new fiscal year here. And then you can put the start date and the end date, depending on your organization. So for example, you want to create one that starts maybe around maybe started maybe last year, maybe November, and it's ending in October of this year. So we just do that and put it ends maybe like that. So it's possible to do that. So I'll not save that one for now because I have already an existing one to avoid overlapping. Yep, so that is on the configuration. I go back to the settings, scroll down the fiscal year there. Right. So we have that, and then we have dynamic reports. If you want to navigate easily, you can check that box so that your reports are more dynamic. Another beautiful thing about Odoo here is something we call analytic accounting. So if you want to track your revenues, your expenses, maybe in departments, in countries, in regions. You're able to define that under analytic accounting. So that at the end of time, when you do invoices, maybe for Nairobi, Nakuru, you're able to pull a profit and loss account, a cash flow statement, a balance sheet relating to that specific region or department. On top of that, you're able to do budget management. So Odoo is very powerful because you can do budget, unlimited number of budgets in the system, and they are mapped to your analytic account. So you have very powerful reports when you come to pulling the reports. Of course, you can do your margin analysis to see how much you're making in the products. Then finally here you have the reporting section where you can select how you want to view your reports. Then there you have stono accounting. If you don't want to delete a journal, you are able to do stono accounting whereby you just reverse a journal and redo it fresh. Then we have account encoding here. So you can either disable it or have it only for customer invoices, for vendor bills, or customer invoices and vendor bills. And then very important here we have the audit trail report. So anything that any user does is tracked. Anything, mention it. You'll be able to click here. You'll go to the audit trail and you'll be able to see what anyone has done in the system. So as you can see here, this is everything that I've been able to do here. You can see that's my name and you can see my photo there, what I did at this time. I did this and I did that. So these are very important and powerful system called Odoo. And we are glad to show you the accounting, and watch out for more videos. So we're going to look at more videos in the next sessions, and we are hoping that you'll click and subscribe that button. Thank you very much.